add it to the stream. Hey guys. So I'm actually working on what's called the mirror of reflection. It's actually at another. This is a second one because I accidentally submitted this for two shows. One show is the show that's in Kansas, which is the show that it was supposed to be in, but it ended up coming back, and I submitted it for another show, and it has to be there tomorrow. So I'm actually creating a mirror because I couldn't find an exact replica of the mirror that I had already. So I'm creating a different one to look similar. So I actually had to add some pieces to this particular mirror so that it could look like the actual mirror. But I had to fill in some little gaps because we had to add some things to this one to make it resemble the other mirror. So I'm doing some, I'm doing some filling with some caulk and fill up some of the spaces with some of this caulk because it didn't, there's a couple spaces that, and I don't want to have those. And then I'll sand that caulk down, but I'm trying to remove out most of the caulk so it won't look like caulk has been added to it, and this will get painted black, or at least close to black. I have the gesso that I painted it. I just added some black to the gesso, which isn't a black gesso, it's more like a gray gesso, but I wanted to tint the color so that it would at least appear a darker color. But like I said, I'm trying to I'm filling in some of these spaces. And it's probably a little hard to hear me because my husband's downstairs playing the piano, and that piano gets very loud. It has a great sound. But I enjoy it. Oops. So I enjoy hearing it. And you might be like, it's a little late to be playing piano, but not here at our house. So like I said, I'm doing some filling. I'm filling in some gaps that I don't want in this piece. So I'm using this, it's like a caulk to fill in some of the spacings that I don't want in here. Because like I said, this is something we added. I added to this mirror because it's not quite like the original one, so I had to add to it, and that's what I did to make it look like the original mirror. But I had to send the original mirror back to Kansas so that it could be a part of that exhibit. So this one is going to get this newly made look-alike mirror. And this is the mirror of reflection. And you can always go to my YouTube channel if you want to see what the mirror of reflection is about. And I'll probably post it on my page sometime this week so you can see it. But this is going to be at a different exhibit. It's going to be an exhibit, so. Okay, so I'm gonna get all the caulking done on it. And then once I'm done with the caulking, I'm just gonna paint it with a sort of grayish color because it's gonna get painted. This is gonna get painted. And yes, it's all gonna get painted tonight because I have to drop it off tomorrow. And I got caulk everywhere. Caulk! If you know about caulk. It's insane. Caulk is just crazy. So I'm getting all the caulk, and I think I caulked everything. Oh, except this spot right here. I'm gonna just run. There we go. I'm gonna grab a little bit of caulk off of here. Just grab a little bit right here on my finger, and I'm gonna caulk that. Who's coming to be? Hey, how's it going? Yes. Burning the midnight oil because I have to get this piece of artwork complete and off to a gallery tomorrow. So yeah, burning the midnight oil. So I'll be up a little late tonight finishing this up because I spent a lot of time trying to find a mirror that was similar to this one, but similar to the original mirror, but was not able to find one. So had to kind of make it. And see, we added these cute little corners. So it's not going to be an exact replica of the original mirror, but it, it gives it a good run for its money. It looks very similar, only smaller because the original mirror is bigger and wider. And I'm going to add the words to it tomorrow. And the words that I add are the words from Malcolm X's speech. Who taught you to hate yourself? So I'll be adding those words tomorrow. Hey, the sound is the piano downstairs. So you probably hear the piano playing downstairs. My husband's downstairs, Mr. Keys. So I'm looking for my blue tape because I'm going to tape around this mirror because I don't want to paint the mirror. So I'm going to tape around the mirror. Tape around my mirror. So I'm going to do that now because I don't want to paint my mirror at all. I'm going to tape around it. And that wasn't straight. There, let me get my X-Acto blade, and then I'm going to cut it because I want to cut it straight because I want it cut straight. So I want to cut straight. I like my cuts to be straight. So when I'm putting things like this together, I got straight cuts. So there we go. I'll get all these cuts straight. There we go. And then I'll put this here. Got a nice straight cut there. So we'll go over there. And like I said, I'm putting this down because I don't want to get paint on the actual mirror. And I want to make sure I can paint all the way up to the edge of this. I want to make sure I can paint all in here as well, all on the inside of this mirror. So that's why I'm laying down this tape. I want to lay down this tape so I can paint up to the edge. So that's one of the reasons I'm doing it this way, and that way. So there we go. Getting that all squared away. There we go. Prepping is not always fun, but always necessary. So always remember that. Prepping is not always fun, but it is always necessary. I didn't always like to prep, but when I did prep, I just had more work to do. I had more work to do because then I'm cleaning up when, if I had a prepped, I wouldn't have had to do all the extra cleaning up because I wouldn't have had the overages and all of that kind of stuff, the runs, things running onto other things that I didn't want it to run on. So prepping is always good. So now that we got that prep, then you can see that didn't take really long. And yeah, this is a small area to prep, but it's still always best to prep before you do anything. So this looks good. I like it. Love, love, love. I'm just gonna run my sandpaper over it just a little bit, just to kind of, I know, you see me like looking for just a little piece of sandpaper. I've been using sandpaper a lot lately. So I'm just going to use a little bit of sandpaper and just knock out some of the, if I feel some rough spots, just knock out some of the rough spots that may have accumulated on here with the, putting down the, just gonna sand out some of those rough spots because I can feel there's a little bit of rough spots, a little bit of roughness that I don't want on here after I apply that little bit of caulk. So I'm just gonna fan that down and make it a little smoother. And that's what I'm doing. Because I don't want rough spots on here. Even though if there are rough spots, I know how to deal with them in the work and hide them and keep them where I want them. Keep them at bay, as you would say. Keep the rough spots at bay. There we go. All right, so this was created today, and it has to be at the gallery tomorrow. So I'm going to try to. My thing is, if I finish this tonight and take it to the gallery tomorrow, so we'll see if that happens. All right, so I've already mixed up some gesso, which is here, and like I said, it is a gray. It's more of a gray, not a black. So I'm going to add a little more black to it. I'm just going to add a little more black to this gray. How are you? Yeah, I think so. So it's always fun with this mirror. I'm going to add a little more black to this one because I want to paint on more of a gray surface than a white surface. So I'm going to add a little more black to this, just to make it a little darker. It's not going to be incredibly dark because I'm actually using a white gesso. So it's not going to be incredibly dark, but I'm just going to make it a little darker gray. And then I'm going to add it to this, and then we're going to let that dry. And I'm going to show you guys some of the other really cool stuff that I've been working on. So what I'd like to do with this, I want to make more of these mirrors and just kind of put them up in different areas around town and other places, because I find that I feel this message is, it transcends culture and color and all that kind of, it just transcends race, because we've all had experiences in our life where we felt like we weren't, that we were less than, where, okay, I'm not as pretty, or I'm not as this, and somewhere in our life, somebody actually told us that. It's not like it's something that just developed. Somewhere in our life, somebody made us feel that we weren't the pretty one, or our nose was too big, or we were too skinny, or we were too fat, or our hair wasn't proper hair, or something like that. So I find that this particular mirror is very important in our culture today. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to share this mirror sometime this year throughout different areas and other places. So I'm really hoping to do more of these. I only did one originally, and then when I ended up having to do a second one, that's when it came to me. It's like, I should make several of these mirrors and just put them all around for people to be able to read and just be able to understand and know that they're not by themselves. They're not alone. Everybody, we all have these kind of feelings and have felt this way. So I'm going to put this gray on here, and I'm going to let it dry, and then we're going to paint this mirror. And like I said, if you want to find out more about the mirror, if you visit my YouTube channel, I do have where I'm actually talking about this mirror and what it stands for and why I created this particular mirror. And I should have, as a matter of fact, I'll probably pull it up while this is drying so that I can play for you what this mirror is all about and kind of share that part of what this mirror is all about. So I'll probably pull that up while this is drying, and then you guys can kind of watch it and kind of learn about what this mirror is all about. So just going to, so basically what I'm doing right now is I'm just priming this, and I'm priming it with a gray because this was a white gesso, and I didn't want to prime it with a white gesso. But I didn't have a black gesso, so I just added black to this so that it would be gray. And so the whole thing is gonna be gray, and then I'm gonna paint on top of the gray. So this is just, right now, I'm just using this gesso as a primer for the piece. And then I'm gonna paint this whole thing, and then I'll paint the whole entire mirror. But I'll show you guys, while this is drying, I'll bring up the actual video for what this mirror is about, so you guys can know more about the mirror. So let's get this, but we'll get this part done. That way you're not sitting here watching paint dry. I know that's the same. It's the same, you're like, oh, we're just sitting here watching paint dry. And I wouldn't do that to you. So while the paint is drying, we'll actually watch a video about this mirror that I'm creating, which is called the Mirror of Reflection. So I'm gonna get all of this. I wanna make sure I get all of it done. And actually this was fun, recreating this mirror. And so recreating the same kind of style, but some of the other mirrors, I'm gonna do some more, and they won't be along this style. I'm gonna do, I've decided I'm gonna do different sizes, not just this one size, because this is a certain size, and this is actually smaller than the original. This is a shorter mirror. It's not as large. The original mirror is larger than this mirror. So this one is shorter. But since I had submitted the original mirror, I wanted to make sure that this was as close to the original mirror as possible, because I submitted the original mirror for this particular one. I'm just gonna read it. Okay, I reflect on you. Oh, thank you. And it really, that's really nice to know. I'm glad you guys are commenting. I really like that. It really impacted my life. I think I was impacted. Thank you very much. I'm just going to add some of your comments on. So, but yeah, so I'm going to show you guys that original mirror clip as soon as I'm done painting on here. But I want to get this one finished. So yeah, I'm thinking that for this summer, I'm actually going to be creating several of these mirrors and put them around town. Put them around town for people to read and look at and just absorb. I think it'll be a great idea to reflect, allowing people to reflect. So that's, it's kind of amazing how, how we come up with concepts and ideas. Sometimes it's like boom, and they'll come up, and then some, it's like we're not even thinking about this particular idea, and then the next thing you know, boom, you got it, and that's what you're going to run with. So that was my boom this year. My boom this year was this whole concept of doing this mirror and doing it around town and creating several of them just for people to reflect on things that, being able to reflect and seeing who they really are and what they're really about, and not being trapped. Because my thing is, we get trapped in ourselves and things that people say about us. We get trapped and we don't know how to get out of it. And so I think this mirror really helps us to be able to see that we are so much more than what we think. And, you know, and also when I look at the world today and how the whole beauty industry has taken us, and it's like, you have to look this way and you have to look that way and you have to do this to be beautiful and you have to do that to be beautiful. And all of these things that have to be added to you to be considered the beautiful one, you know. And that's one of the reasons, I don't know if you guys saw my song, but the song The Beauty of a Woman is in her character. That's the song that I wrote. And it's actually, you can find it on Spotify and what else? I think iTunes, any of those. And it's called The Beauty of a Woman. And that's where that song is out of, because there's just this whole entire insanity about what is beautiful and how beauty is translated in our world today. And so that's why I think this particular mirror is so significant. I'm just gonna turn this way, and we're going to come over here because I'm going to, oh, my video froze. Okay, did it freeze again? Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the video on. Hold on. So I'm gonna turn this way, and I'm going to, okay, it says my video froze, so hopefully it's unfrozen now. But I'm going to pull up the YouTube video so you guys can see it about the mirror that we're going to be working on, because I'm going to be working on this mirror tonight. And oh, that's probably why it froze. I'm going to take it off of because it's on Wi-Fi, and I try not to be on Wi-Fi because it doesn't do it's not very good. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that video up for you guys right now. And this particular computer is always like, I like using my other computer because it is not slow, and it just kind of pops. It does everything just the way I want it and how I want it without taking forever. So, but this particular computer takes forever because it's full and doesn't give me, let me see, where, there we go. All right, we're just gonna bring up the YouTube video. I probably should have had this already put on here so that you could see it. I'm trying to see if it's actually on this one. I don't think it's on this computer. I think it's on my other computer, that video, while we're waiting for the paint to dry. I don't want, it's like, I don't want you guys sitting here watching, what is it called, watching the paint dry. It's like, okay, we don't want to watch the paint dry. And so I'm going to pull up I think I'm going to pull up the video. I'm working on pulling up the video for you guys. And thanks for letting me know that my froze, because it does do that every now and then, because like I said, this particular computer works really slow. It works really slow, and it doesn't matter how much I've done to it, it still works slow. So by the time the video comes up, I'll probably, the paint will be ready and we'll be ready to paint on it. Ooh, let me see something. I got some runs, so I'm going to catch those. There's some runs, but I don't want runs on here. I don't want there to be runs on here. And I kind of see some little spots I missed, which is great. So I'm glad I sat right there for a minute, because I saw some spots that I could knock out. So I did that. Took care of some of the spots that were on there, because I don't want spots on it either. Can you see me over there? So let's see. There we go. Yeah, you see how long that took? That took forever, didn't it? That just took forever for that video to pop up. Let's see. I'm gonna raise the camera up a little bit. It looks like just the top of my head. So we are going to watch the video. Am I still frozen? Let me know if I'm still frozen, because then I can recharge this again. Let's get rid of that. There's some music that came on. Don't want that music. Don't want that music. Let's see. Let's see. I think this is where we want to go right here. There we go. This is where we want to go. I keep getting this. It keeps taking me to background music. And I don't want to go to background music because I do have some background music on here. Let me see. So let me see if I can find the video I want you guys to see. I guess I've been doing a lot. I've been working a lot on here. Let's go to Video Manager because then maybe that's where I can find it. Maybe that's where I can find the actual video and I'll show it to you guys. So while we're waiting, while we're waiting for that video to come up, I want to show you guys some of the really cool stuff because I've been working on, I finished up some masks. I did that. I got some masks done. I've gotten some, here it is, the mirror of reflection. There it is. Let's pull it. Let's watch it. Let's see. All right, let's go ahead and pull it up. There we go. And then I'm going to bring that one out. I'm going to go ahead and close these out. And then we'll bring that one up so you guys can see that while the paint is drying. So do that while the paint is drying. Hold on, we'll do a share screen. Oh, I can do video files too, but I'm going to do a share screen because I already pulled that up. So let's go ahead and pull that up we'll pull that up from the Chrome tab and I'll make sure it shares the audio. So let's see, is that it? Yes. But let's start it from the beginning. Let's go ahead and start it from the beginning. And there we go. Okay, so I'm going to bring that up and then you guys can watch the mirror of reflection and hear it. There we go. This particular piece is the mirror of reflection. It actually has on it Malcolm X, excerpts from Malcolm X Hate Speech is what it's called. It's a speech that he did in Los Angeles in 1962 that talks about who taught you to hate the color of your skin, to hate your nose, your lips, your hair, who taught you to hate yourself. I feel that this is a very significant speech because even today, a lot of Black African Americans are still trying to identify themselves as someone that they're not by changing hair texture and wearing eyelashes and all of these different things, still battling with that that stigma of your hair is not the right hair, or your skin color is not the right skin color, or your lips are too big, or your nose is too big. And so this mirror, I actually had it up in another exhibit called Screams of a Black Man, and it's actually going to an exhibit that I have, a solo exhibit in Kansas. It's going there.
because I feel that this is a very important mirror. And the reason I put the words on the mirror is so that while you're reading these words, you're actually looking at your own reflection, and it's giving you the opportunity to actually read it and reflect so that you can reflect on those things that you have taken inside that have made you feel like you were not this beautiful person or this amazing person that God has created you to be because of all of the words that other people have said about you or what somebody told you. When I created it, it was based on the fact that I wanted people to look at it and see how beautiful they are so that they could destroy some of the negativity and myths and really think about, well, who told me that I wasn't beautiful? Who told me that my nose was too big and my lips were a certain way? And I'm looking at myself in the mirror and I'm not seeing that. But because you've heard it over and over again, you believed it. And that's one of the things that for me was significant. A reflection of myself is kind of what brought me out of that negative state of thinking that I wasn't beautiful and I wasn't right and I was just a skinny kid. And so that's kind of what helped me. It was a reflection of myself years ago when I was walking down the street and I saw a reflection of myself in there's this building in downtown Chicago. It was just like a mirror. And I saw a reflection of myself because at that time I didn't like myself very much. And one day I was literally walking down the street and I saw a reflection of myself. And it turned out that I was that amazing person that I always wanted to be. But because I had never taken the time to really see myself, I didn't know that. And so I created this mirror so that people can see themselves for who they are and not based on the things that someone else said about them, so that they could see themselves for who they really are, who God created them to be, that beautiful person on the inside and out, and that they don't have to listen to the negativity and to be able to tear down those words that have been spoken over them, or just in general, the stereotypes that have been put out there. So that's what this mirror, this is a mirror of reflection, reflecting upon who you really and truly are and that beautiful soul that God created you to
Okay. All right, so there we go. That was the mirror of reflection. I'm gonna go ahead and take that out. So that was mirror reflection, and I put a fan on here so we can dry a little quicker because I want this to dry. Because like I said, I'm gonna be working on this tonight and getting this done, and then we're going to actually add the wording to it tomorrow. I think I got this in a weird spot. We're going to actually add the wording onto it tomorrow. So, are you guys pointed at me now? So, we're going to add the wording onto it tomorrow, but we're going to add tonight, we're going to add put it this way. So, we're going to add the colors and the paints and stuff like that. So, I want to add those things to it tonight and kind of get an idea of what else I want to do because I'll see how much I get through tonight. Because today I spent most of my day working on um, putting my, so you can go, like if you didn't see my exhibit, we are still watching you to see it now because I put it on my website. So you just go to my artist exhibitions and private collections and you can see the we are still watching exhibit. So I'm just trying to look at how I want to add different things. And so I'm just gonna add a little bit of red first because I like using this red color because I like making the lips. So I'm gonna add a little bit of this red first. And I'm gonna bring my water over here. I'm just gonna sit it on the glass because it won't be a big problem sitting. Water on the glass. And this is one of my favorite brushes. It's moving it around because it was a little stiff. So I'm just gonna sit all of this on my glass because I'm working on a smaller space. And like I said, this is a lot smaller than the original piece. So even the lips on here are going to be a lot smaller than the original piece because on the original piece, it's like the lips this takes up the whole, it's like these ginormous lips, which I love. So these lips won't be as ginormous, but they'll still have the same feel that I'm going for on the lips. So I'm going to add lips to right here. You can see I really took this down, which I'm going to do some more. I'm going to make them bigger. I'm just going to make these lips bigger. Make them bigger. That's what I want to do. I want to give them this really nice, large appearance. These lips are really nice and large look. So to take up this whole corner with this red, like really large red lips. So that's what I want to do, this whole corner. And then I'm going to do that on each of the corners. Each of the corners of these very large red lips. So I'm going to do that on each corner. Really large red lips on each corner. So hold on, let me do this. There we go. So, on each of the corners, I'm going to do some nice red. Here we go. So we're going to put those on each corner. Each corner, really nice red. And I'm not trying to keep them a particular way. There we go. But all of them. There we go. So it'll be really cool to see how this turns out. It'll be a little different from the original one, but similar feel, similar likeness. And that's basically all I'm going for. Because it's the words that make the difference, not necessarily the images on here. It's the words that go along with it. So it's the words that not necessarily the actual what's drawn on here. So my piano playing has ceased. And so I think that everybody is going to bed. And I am still up pulling in the night shift. The night shift. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go along the outer edge, which I didn't do on the other one, but I think I'm going to do that with this one. I'm going to go along the outer edge here and do this part red. I'm going to do this outer part red, but not all the way around. I'm just gonna do this portion of it red, and because I want to do this portion of it red. So this portion is going to be red right here. I'm going to do the same thing on all of these, where I'm going to do the outer portions red. So, and like I said, this is, I'm creating a second mirror of reflection. I have one, and that one is actually in the exhibit We Are Still Watching in Kansas. And this one is going to be a part of the exhibit entitled Suspense. This is going to be a part of another exhibit, and this exhibit is going to be in Denver. This is part of an exhibit in Denver. So, it's just kind of exciting. I should just make, I'm thinking I'm just going to make a ton of these mirrors and put them around town and just allow people to really reflect and allow people to really absorb what it is that these mirrors are all about. So that's basically what I'm going to do with these mirrors, is just allow people to reflect on them and with them about themselves, about who they are, what makes them uniquely who they are, and not get so caught up in how other people perceive them. So that's kind of what I'm looking at doing with these mirrors. So I think this will be a fun thing to do, to allow people to reflect on who they are and how society has shaped us into thinking differently about ourselves and not thinking, I'm getting red paint. I'm getting red paint on my pants. Red paint on my pants, which I don't really want. So I'm gonna use this really quick to kind of get this red paint on. I know this is where I am. See, can you see that red paint? There we go. Got it off. So I'm gonna do this one right here. Because what I decided to do is just go right here and do this whole side instead of just doing the upper part. I'm doing this whole thing right here. Just do this whole thing right here with red. So it looks like, I don't know if you can see it, but it looks like little lips right here too. So that looks like a little lip too, which I love that. So that looks like a little lip too. It looks like mwah, like a little kissy lip right there. That looks like a little kissy lip too, which is fun. I love that. I love that. Okay, so I got these little kissy lips done, and now we're going to move on to. I'm going to create the eyes, because there's eyes, and then I'm going to create the nose, and I'm going to create all those things. So I'm going to create the eyes now. I'm going to get some black and create the eyes. So I'm going to put black paint, put the black down, and I'm going to create the eyes. So I'm going to do create my eyes, and then after my eyes, I'm going to create my nose and my mouth. So what we're going to do is we're going to do like these really big, like large eyes right here. It's going to create some really large eyes right here, and then I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to do the same thing. And yes, I'm totally eyeballing this. Totally eyeballing this. I'm not, because it's not, like I said, it's not necessarily about the image. It's not necessarily about the image. So I'm totally eyeballing pretty much everything I'm doing here. I'm just totally eyeballing it. And I'm going to step back. I am stepping back to make sure that I am stepping back. I'm going to bring it up a little bit. So, and then let's see, let's turn this, let's bring this up some or back there. Is that better? I think that's better. So now you can see it a little better. There. That's better. That's better. So, and then I'm going to go ahead and put the nose in, and I'm going to paint over all of this. So I'm going to go ahead and put my nose in. And yes, I'm going for a rather large nose, and it's the same thing I did on the other one, because I wanted to make sure that it was a rather large nose. So I got that, and then we want to put some lips in. Now we're going to put some lips in, and I want to make the lips from all the way here down to here. So here we go, and then we're going to come here all the way over. And this is a little different from the other one, because the other one, the lips did not go there, and then we're going to go here and here. So I'm so loving this. This is so much fun. And so, can you see that? I don't know if you can see it. I think I'm gonna bring the camera up a little bit so you can see it. I'm gonna do the eyes. I'm gonna put this eye in. And I'm gonna bring the camera up so you guys can see what's actually happening. So I'm gonna put this other eye in. And like I said, this is the mirror of reflection. And tomorrow I'm actually going to add the words to it. And the words that I'm adding are the words from Malcolm X's, what is considered his hate speech. His hate speech. Who taught you to hate yourself? Who taught you? So those are the words that are going to go on to this mirror tomorrow, because I didn't pick the words up today. So the words won't go on until tomorrow. And then this entire piece is going to be shipped off to a gallery. So, and the reason I can work faster on this piece is because this is the second one. I have, this is my second mirror, because the first mirror is at another exhibit. And so this mirror is my second mirror that I'm doing from the same concept and idea, because the other one is somewhere else. It's already at an exhibit. So this is the second mirror, and that's why I know exactly what I'm doing to it, because I have already done it. And so we're going to go ahead and do her lips here. But I'm going to actually use a bigger brush, because this brush is way too tiny for that. So I'm going to use a bigger brush for this one. And then after that, we're going to do all brown on this, because this is going to be a nice brown skin tone. So, but I'm going to add some more red, because I want her lips to be a little redder. So I'm going to add some more red to this. I want the lips to be more red. So I'm going to add some more red to it. And now I'm going to go ahead and fill in these lips. Go ahead and fill these lips in. Oh, right. And I did say I was going to bring you guys up a bit. Hold on. All right. And here, see that? See what that looks like? So, but I'm going to, hold on. Let's see if I can get you up a little higher. So you can see what I'm doing. Can you go up a little higher on this one? I think you can. There you go. And I'm going to get better. There. There we go. So now you can see exactly what I'm doing. You can actually see the piece in the process of me working on it. So I'm just, right now what I'm doing is I'm just doing all the lip color. And I do have a fan on me so it dries, so it's drying a little quicker. Because like I said, I have to have this done by tomorrow because it's going to a exhibit. It's going to be an exhibit. And actually this should have been, probably should have been done a while ago, but my life has been a little more hectic than usual um, with exhibits and things. So I'm getting this finished. Um, I'm getting it finished today, and then it's going to actually go to an exhibit tomorrow. It'll be a part of an exhibit that's going to. I don't think the exhibit is tomorrow. It's just I think they're doing the setup sometime this week, and I didn't get a chance to get this particular piece out until now because my weekends and everything has been a little crazy as of late. But the nice thing is I'm almost done with everything, and I might have a little time to myself, which is exciting. Exciting for me because I've been a little busy. So this, after this, finishing this, I might get a few minutes. I might get a few minutes to myself, which will be nice. I mean, I have a couple of things to send off tomorrow for some other exhibits, but once I finish those, I might actually have a few minutes to myself to actually rest up a little bit, because I don't think I got much rest after creative quarantine, because I had to go out to, right after creative quarantine, I had to go out to Kansas for an exhibit that I'm in there. So hopefully after I finish this, I'm thinking I'm gonna take me a little bit of a break in my, take a little bit of a break for myself and rest up, clean up my studio a little bit because I still haven't done that, which is something I desperately need to do. I desperately need to clean up my studio because I have not done that yet. And I'm going to take this all the way down here just because, and I don't think I did this to the original one, but I'm going to do it to this one. I'm going to take this one all the way down, take that paint color all the way down on both of these sides, take it all the way down and put it sort of like in a point for lips. So there we go. And like I said, this is going to actually get the words of Malcolm X's speech once it's all done. But this is, I'm really enjoying making these. And like I said, I'm looking at possibly making several of these and just putting them around town so people can read them and, look in the mirror and read them and possibly find out a little bit more about themselves. That's basically what I'm thinking, is that people will read them and kind of find out, discover something about themselves and why they are the way they are. That's basically what this particular mirror is all about, is getting to know ourselves and kind of changing how we perceive ourselves and how we see ourselves, changing those concepts and things that we've accepted about ourselves that is incorrect. That's pretty much incorrect. Because there's a lot of things that we just accept that's incorrect about ourselves. And I'm hoping that by doing these mirrors, I can help people to be able to see those kind of things and change what they want to change about themselves, that other people have said about them or made them feel a certain way. So by doing this, hopefully I can help somebody, you know. That's the whole point of doing this, is to help other people with how their perception of themselves. So now we're going to add some brown. We're going to add some brown to the whole thing. So I'm going to get, and I'm using several different kinds of brown actually. What's this? I'm using a burnt umber and a raw, and I'm just using like, this is brown colors. And so just kind of blending different brown colors together and just letting them do what they do. That's it. Just blending brown colors together. And like I said, because this is what this piece is about, is exploring. That was a weird sound, wasn't it? Okay, so this paint is kind of weird, so I think that's all we're going to get out of that. It's just spitting color out. There we go. And I'm going to go with this other sort of lighter color too, or another lighter color. And I have no idea what I'm going to do with that, but I'm just going to put it in there because why not? There. It might just be a tone. It might just be for highlight. I don't know. I just like adding things and adding color. So, and that's what we're going to do. So now we're going to add some brown to the skin. I'm just going to add some brown to the skin because these are my brown skin. Because some people don't like the brown skin. So, you know what? We're going to be all brown skin. And we don't care who likes brown skin and don't like brown skin, because we are brown skin. So everything is going to be, this is a brown skin. So we're going for brown skin. So if you hate brown skin, well, that's a little too bad. So now we're going to go with some nice brown skin tone here. That's what we're doing. There we go. Put that nice brown skin tone in over the whole entire mirror. It'll be a nice brown tone. And that's basically, like I said, that's what this is. This particular one about is adding this nice, look at that. Isn't that a beautiful color? Yes, it is a beautiful color. It's a beautiful color around. There we go. So we're going to add that nice brown tone throughout this whole entire piece. So this whole piece will be nice and brown tone. Just a really nice brown tone. And like I said, I just have several different tones of brown on here. And I'm just putting them on. I'm not really thinking about what the brown tones are going to do. They're going to do their own little thing, and that's okay. Brown tones. There we go. Loving it. Isn't that great? Really great brown tones. So, and like I said, that's what we're going for. Really nice brown tone on this particular piece. It's going to be a nice brown color. And I can't wait till tomorrow so that I can add the words to it. That's going to be pretty exciting. So we're going to get in here, add that brown all the way in there, all the way across here. Now you see where I put the tape down, because if I didn't, I'd be getting this all on the mirror. And it'd be quite a cleanup, which I don't want to do. And I'm probably going to bring that black over too. Bring some more of that black over. And I'm going to go like all the way around here with this nice brown color. So, and I don't think I did this so much with the original piece where I did all of it all the way around. I might have, I'm not sure. But I don't think the original one was this thick. It wasn't as thick as this. So I don't think I had to do it all the way around on the original one. So, but like I said, the beautiful part of this is I get to do it all over again. And I find like I feel the more I do it, the better I get at it, the more fun it is. So it's actually fun creating these mirrors. It's actually been quite fun creating these mirrors. So, here. And like I said, this is my second mirror. So, but whether or not I stay on with you guys the whole time while I create it, not sure, but you'll get to see me create most of it, and then I might show it to you guys or take a picture of the finished one and let you guys see it late, just show it to you. Show you a picture of the finished mirror. So, because I might not stay on long for the whole thing, because it's, it's going to definitely take me more than an hour to do it. So, I don't know if I want to stay on for more than an hour. I think an hour is plenty of time. And now we're going to add a little more of this lighter color, because, those areas have a little bit of lightness to them. So I'm going to add a little bit of light color in there, and then we'll add some dark color. So there we go. And I'm going to do this part of the nose over here. We're actually going to do this part right here of the nose in there. And add that. So I'm adding that little bit of light color in it now already. That way it's already on there. And then we're going to go back into our dark color. And I'm going to come over here. And I didn't do that with the other one. So I'm going to go over here and add some brown in there. And I'm going to add some brown in there. But I think right in there I'm going to add some white and black. So there we go. Add some brown. So as you can see, this is going to take a little minute to finish. And so I am going to probably sign off and finish working on this. But I wanted to kind of come on and share with you guys what I was doing today. And like I said, I have some other projects going on. I'll probably got to show you guys tomorrow some of my other projects that I got going on, because I thought I was going to have a little bit of time to show you those too. But my dried a lot quicker than I thought it would. I know, everything dried a lot quicker than I thought it would dry. So we can get a chance to really show you guys some of the other stuff that I'm doing. So you'll have to see that tomorrow. You'll have to see that tomorrow. Tomorrow. Yes, the tomorrow song. So actually, I think I'm going to go ahead and paint that other part where I said I was going to do it white over there or not. I'm going to paint it. I'm going to go ahead and paint that brown because I actually like the way it looks right there. And I'm going to keep the red part because I do like the red. But instead of doing that other part white, I'm going to go ahead and paint that red brown. Go ahead and paint that brown. So you can see, like, now it's starting to look really cool. It's starting to look really, really cool. And paint over here. This is going to be brown too. Paint this brown as well. So I'm going to do that whole thing brown right there and right there. And paint all that brown. So, and then down here gets to be brown as well. This is all going to be brown. And you can kind of see the face and everything forming in its brown colors. And I'm going to do a little bit more of this color because I'm out. So Put a little bit more of that on. A little bit more of that on, and do the rest of this because this bottom is also going to be all brown. This will be all brown. So let's get that done. And then we're gonna sign out. Once we finish this right here, we're gonna sign out. But thanks for following along and kind of watching to see what I'm into today. Because I am, I always enjoy the company. I always enjoy your company, kind of hanging out with me. Hanging out with me while I do these little projects. So I do enjoy your company. So thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for hanging out with me. And I'm going to finish this up. Finish all this up. Get all the brown laid down. Get all the brown laid down. Get all the brown laid down. Get all the brown laid down here. There we go. And I really like what's happening. I really like what's happening. You guys can let me know if you like what's happening too. I love the color. I love the brown color. And I can't wait to do the hair. I can't wait to put the hair in because I had a lot of fun with the hair last time. I had a lot of fun putting the hair in last time. So I'm looking forward to doing that part. That's going to be fun. Putting the hair in. So let's see. There we go. And like I said, this is so much fun. I'm not so focused on perfection. I'm just not focused so much on perfection. I just let that flow right out the window. Right out the door. I'm not looking for perfect. Never, never, never looking for perfect. Ever. So just so you know, I'm never looking for perfect. So love it, love it, love it. Love what's going on here. I'm going to bring this nose out a little more with some lighter color. Bring that nose out a little more with some lighter color. I might have gotten a little too light with that part. So we're going to definitely tone that down. We're going to definitely tone that down. You don't want, lighter color, but I don't want it that light. Like toning down the nose. Toning down, there we go. Like I said, we're definitely toning that nose down. There we go. I think I might have went outside the nose area for this one a little bit more than I wanted to. So I'll bring that back in. But yeah, I like that. That turned out, I like what's happening here. Like what's happening here. I'm going to add a little bit of this because I want to round that out. There we go. And I'm going to do it over here too. It's my little nostrils. Nostrils. And then we're going to come in here with a lip line. Because we want to have a lip line. And round those out. I'm going to add some more red to that. There we go. Add some more red. And I'm going to continue that down there. Yeah, I did it on the sides of this one, so I'm going to continue it that way. And we're going to do the same thing with these. I'm going to add a nice little lip line over here. And I'm going to do it over here. Add a lip line. And I'm going to add a lip line here. There. Nice. And then I'm going to put some white in. So I'm going to keep working on it because it's got some other things going on, but I'm really liking what's happening. So thank you guys for tuning in. and watching me do this. Thanks for tuning in. Here, I'll bring this back over here. Sorry for all of the kookiness with this one. It's got a weird thing going on here. Hold on. Let's see. Let's twist that and make it. There we go. So, all right. So, thanks for tuning in with me and watching me work on this. I'm totally loving what's happening with it. I was not real sure about this turning out how I want it, but it actually is turning out the way I want it to turn out. So that's really exciting. So definitely I will be taking a picture of the finished one for you guys to see. Let's turn this way. So I will definitely be taking a picture of the finished one for you to see later when I'm all done with it. What time is it? Oh, it's 11 o'clock. So I'm probably not going to stay up too much longer because I have to drive. I have a long drive tomorrow to drop this piece off. So thanks so much for hanging out with me. So I will see you later.